Welcome to episode 2 of season 1, the official season 1 of Explosive Expressions. I'm Xavier. My co-host again is not here, unfortunately, Esau Haynes. He will be back shortly. Hopefully we can get him back on the podcast coming in the incoming episodes. I'm here with fifth year forward/center Lukas Lyyski. How are you doing, Lucas?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Let us know, how has your experience here at Indiana Tech? You've been here all five years. Let us know how it's been.
Well, I guess the last 2 years have been better. My first 3 years were kind of a struggle, but in the basketball perspective, just because I was on the bench for a while, but can't really do nothing about that when you got a team that makes a run to the national championship.
Yeah.
But school's been going well all 5 years, and I don't know, I've learned to love it here.
Okay, how do you, obviously with last season, obviously being probably your best season, if not the best season, what was your mindset kind of, going into last season and the middle of the season, just throughout the whole season, what was your mindset?
Well, at the start of the season, we had Nigel, and I kind of just settled into my role of just being what they need me to be. As long as I was on the floor, I was happy. And then after Nigel got hurt, my role obviously increased, and I felt like I had to produce a little bit more. And in the first part of the season, I was shaking in my boots just about every game. But my confidence, I guess you can see it in my stats, my confidence continued to grow. My percentages kept going up, and I'm super happy with how it went last season.
Yeah, obviously with me being there, seeing the whole process of everything, it was, hell of a season, I will say. Especially those Lords games.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he put I don't know what you did before the games, but you did your thing, locking down one of the best players in the conference, for, a couple of years, me and Jackie Harris at Lords. And, obviously he's not there this year, but, you were doing your thing, finding your way to the basket, being great on defense, getting blocks. Obviously this upcoming year, I feel like, practicing with you and seeing you on the court is like you bringing the ball up more in transition is going to be deadly, especially, with, as long as we have people running up the floor along with you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's stopping that? You got a freight train, and then you got a shooter on one side, a shooter on the other side, you got a shooter on one side, you got another freight train running, or someone else athletic running. This, that's a scary sight to see, and, obviously be respecting your process and the way you've gone about things. It's, amazing to see where you're at now. So
Appreciate it.
I want to get to know, how do you feel about your coaches? Coach Ted Albert, Coach Kenton Aubrey, Coach Wilson. How do you feel about your coaches here?
Well, I always kind of tell people, as coaches, they're my worst nightmare, but they have to be to keep us in check. They tell us, when they tell us straight up that they're always going to be negative and we got to keep each other positive, you're in for it, especially when they're not in a good mood. But I respect Coach Ted, Coach Aubrey, Coach Wilson so much. Outside of basketball, they're a couple of the nicest guys that I've ever met. I've built a relationship with all of them for 5 years now, so I've gotten to know them really well, and I don't think I'd trade them for any other coaches.
Okay, that's great to hear. Obviously, this is your last year, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously the coaches, they tend to obviously push you more than most. Obviously, they have had you here for 5 years, and they've seen your potential. They've seen you grow. They've seen your lows and your highs. On Tuesday in the WAC, we ain't gonna talk about that. But obviously the conditioning is something that they have. Obviously they have eyes on you during conditioning, and obviously you've gotten a lot better as it compares to last year. I feel like so have I a little bit, but obviously compared to last year, me and you kind of sharing the trash can a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've obviously, like I said, you've made tremendous strides, and from where you were, or from what I've heard, where you was the year before I got here to last year to this year coming up. It's been amazing. And I know we had a quick little interview in the hallway right outside of the gym, and I'll ask you again. What are some expectations going into this season? Some personal goals you have. Just what are some things that you're looking forward to?
Well, kind of what you were saying, just talking about me and how I've grown. I don't think I could have done that without any of you guys or the coaches. I think confidence is the biggest thing in sports, and when my coaches and my teammates have confidence in me, it feels like I can play my game and I can just do whatever I want out on the court, and I'm gonna have a bunch of people to back me up. So to have that at the start of this season, I feel like it's not gonna be. I feel like I'll still grow throughout the season, but I think I'm closer to my peak potential than I was last year. And this year I'm really excited because we got some new pieces that I think we were missing out on last year. Blake is back, which is huge. I'm really hoping my goal this year, I didn't know what else to put when he had us write down those 3 goals besides a conference championship one way or another just to make the tournament, because I want to cut down. I have 2 pieces of nets that I've cut down from years before, but I didn't really think I did anything to earn those nets. So if I get one this year, that one's going to be really special.
Yeah, that is obviously as everyone's goal, for us to win the conference championship and obviously, the national championship. That's the end goal. That's what everyone wants.
Yeah.
The national championship. So those are some of your goals. Obviously, I've seen, I feel like your shots got a lot better, compared to last year. Just seeing in practice. Obviously, we got a scrimmage this upcoming week, and game on Halloween against IWU. And, that's the start of the season. So, as we get going, enjoy being around the team, enjoying, just all those moments. So what would you say is your best moment as a Indiana Tech Warrior right now, before this upcoming season?
I would say 2. I can't really put one above the other. You mentioned the game against Lords. It was probably the best game I've ever had in my life. Jackie Harris is averaging close to 30 points, and I held him to 9. And then I had a double-double with 17 and 11. And just the way I felt after that game was so incredible. Guys dumping water on me. Like, there's just nothing that compares to that. But the other one is our first game against IWU last year. Vel kind of had a nasty spill, and I had to step in and play more minutes than I would have. I think I ended up, they gave the ball to, what's his face? Buchanan. They gave the ball to him at the end because that was their best player, and I knew he was going to try to take to the basket and try to tie up the game. And I played really good defense, got a stop there, and then we got out in transition, and the game was already over, but Naja had that dunk, and the gym went crazy. Just after not playing for 3 years and then hopping into that scenario, I felt like I could have played all 40 minutes just because I had so much adrenaline. And I think both of my parents were crying after that game, and I went up and hugged them. So I don't think I could put those two games above each other.
Okay, that's those are obviously both really great games and really great moments that I can agree that you have had, here at Indiana Tech. What is obviously with this being your 5th year, you're being your last year, you're a engineering major, right? What's your what's after this? What is your plans after this?
To relax for a little while. I think the goal right now is I had an internship last summer, and I think I really impressed them. They really liked me, and they said as long as there's enough work for me, they want to hire me back. But they told me not to get tunnel vision, to still explore different opportunities. So I think as long as I pass the engineering exam at the end of the year, then hopefully go back to that job or find something new, and then just go from there, really.
Okay. We'll kind of get off the basketball topic a little bit. How do you feel about just, campus overall? We can kind of, mix in, stuff with the team, but stuff to do around campus and, food here on campus. What are some things that how do you feel? You can be completely brutally honest. How do you feel about, campus?
I really like our campus. I think, sorry, I got a tickle in my throat.
Good.
I think there's been a lot of improvements to campus since I've been here, especially on the engineering building, which is kind of my main building. I always see people on the new volleyball court out back at Summit. Food situation, that's where I got to be a little brutally honest. It's been a little rough this year. I talked to my mom about it, and I was like, the bistro is slow. They don't always have great stuff. And I didn't ask her to, but she ended up sending an email to, to the head of the food department or whatever. And the lady came up to me and was like, if you have any questions, I'm here, don't worry. And I was like, listen, I know they have to do their best with what they have. And I'm not gonna complain because they do have food for us every day, and I never go hungry, so yeah. I'm not too hurt about that, but I think I like all the buildings on campus. I like to study in Snyder.
Okay.
I usually go downstairs. It tends to be more quiet there, and there's a lot of good resources too, like the OSS, and it seems like everybody on campus is just here for you and wants you to succeed.
Yeah. What are your Saturdays like? As a I know sometimes we have morning practices, but after those morning practices, I know you're a Michigan fan, Wolverines. I know you guys are a little shaky this season.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, that's fine. I asked Crew the same question about FSU. He said he didn't want to talk about them, but
that's a little bit more embarrassing to be honest.
Just Saturdays. Obviously after practice, everyone's a little tired. Everyone goes to watch football. Then Saturday nights, the team getting together. How do you feel about those? Team getting together, go to just to hang out and stuff.
Saturdays are the days that we have to just let loose, and like you said, team hangouts. It's just so good to be around your friends and teammates without having to run all the time without having to be sweaty and tired.
Yeah.
You can just hang out and talk and relax, and those are the only days that we don't have practice the next day. So you got to take advantage of them when you can.
I mean, today we were blessed with a no 5:30 in the morning practice. Absolutely blessed. Shocked. Even I would like to say shocked. I don't know about you. I was shocked.
I think
to
the one and only time I can remember getting a weekday off was when we had those 9 seniors, and they were just so good. We just did the same thing at practice every day. So I think Coach Ted was like, might as well give these guys a break. But I was not expecting to have yet this morning off at all. So you're right, it was a blessing.
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's been a blessing. I don't want to say it's going to be a curse at all, but, you know, just being able to have our bodies rest a little bit. You know, my birthday is tomorrow, so I feel like that's a little early birthday present from
For sure.
Coach. But, I mean, yeah, you know, just, you know, as it pertains to this season, you know, obviously everyone wants to stay healthy and wants to be healthy, you know, contribute to the team, and, you know, there's some great things. You know, kind of outside of basketball, you know, and outside of, you know, school, like, who is Lukas Lyyski?
Well, I'm a really big golfer outside of basketball. I'm still not anywhere near good yet, but it's just so nice when you're on the first tee box and you got all the holes in front of you, and you're just looking forward to a nice day out on the course. I got a girlfriend last summer, well, 2 summers ago now. She's kind of been the biggest part of my outside life, so I spend a lot of time with her when I can. And I'm always busy, especially, I guess I'll be less busy after this year, but last summer I was working really hard to get ready for this season. I was working. So I really just try to spend as much time with my friends and family as I can. And I don't even want to think about it yet, but I'll be moving out soon in a year or 2. So I'm definitely a friends and family kind of person. That's where I kind of lay my hat.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I mean, that's who Lukas Lyyski is, ladies and gentlemen. What are some things that you're, you know, what are your thoughts on, you know, essentially like college football or NFL or NBA? Like, just give me some of your hot takes or opinions that you have currently. I know we have a fantasy football league. Did we play each other already?
I don't know.
But, you know, obviously, if we haven't played each other, we're going to soon. If we already have, either you probably beat me or you're my one win, but whatever. But what's some of Lukas Lyyski's hot takes on NFL, NBA, NCAA?
My biggest hot take is I don't really pay attention to sports that much, especially NBA and NFL. I really only watch playoffs. I feel like I got a lot of better stuff to do with my day. Like, if I'm gonna sit down with my friends or my family, then I'll sit down and watch a game. But usually I like, you know, actually doing something, going out. I don't like sitting around. But I guess some hot takes. I was looking at the Spurs on Instagram this morning, and I saw Wemby and Chris Paul link up, and I'm pulling for him, man. I hope Chris Paul finally gets a ring so he can freaking retire. I was always called a bandwagon because my favorite team was the Warriors, but I guess they're not as good as they used to be. so I'm not really a bandwagon anymore. But you talked about my shooting earlier. I was never a shooter in like middle school, but I wanted to expand my range, and I kind of, either my parents were basketball players, so I kind of taught myself how to shoot by watching Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. So I guess it's kind of a hot take that I was a bandwagon for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Well, Michigan, like, you know, how?
Oh yeah.
You know, I know you say you didn't really want to talk about it.
We could talk about it.
But you know, what's going on with your Wolverines?
See, everyone's giving us a bad rap, and I can see why. I knew this season wasn't going to be as good as last year, obviously. I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's a coaching issue, because I think they have enough pieces to be a good team. They just haven't really put it all together yet.
Okay. Do you guys think you guys are going to make the playoffs? Do you guys think you're going to even beat, what is it, for y'all, the team down?
Ohio State.
Yeah, the team that, what are y'all, team down south, team down north?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. You guys going to beat the Buckeyes?
Probably not. They have another wide receiver one that's like basically just Marvin Harris second. I don't think we'll beat them. Playoffs, yeah, I don't think we're going to make playoffs unless we – well, I think if we beat Ohio State, we'll make playoffs.
Yeah, you guys got to, like, win out the rest of the games.
Yeah, but our quarterback from last game, Tuttle, he was supposed to be our, like, QB1, but he was hurt at the start of the season. So I think if he can put it together, then we should be at least decent.
And, you know, I'm a Penn State fan, so, you know, go Natty Lions. You know, don't we play all this season or no?
I feel like it because we didn't play all last season, did we?
I don't think so. But, you know, anytime we play y'all, it seems we don't know how to play football. So. But, you know, go Natty Lions, go Penn State. I mean, yeah, no, go Natty Lions. You know, as it pertains to, you know, stuff going on in the world, how do you feel about, you know, the hurricane building that's going on?
I think that's crazy because I don't even.
Do you know anyone in Florida right now?
Actually, one of my friends had a job down there. Like, the business is in Michigan, but they had a job down in Florida, and he posted something on his story where everyone was evacuating, and it was like 2 hours of traffic to get out of Florida. But I think that whole situation is crazy because I can't remember the last hurricane we had that was like a real big deal.
It's just like Katrina.
And now we've had two.
It's supposed to be like another
in a matter
one.
of weeks.
It's supposed to be another one too after this.
That
too.
doesn't make any sense.
It's crazy. I have a friend, you know, one of my bestest of friends. My boy Nick, he is currently down in Florida. He stayed down there. He's in Jacksonville though, so you know, obviously they got hit, but not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, he's down there. I've been checking up on him. You know, obviously, you know, with them being one of my best friends, you know, met each other freshman year, science class, and went from, oh, you play Xbox? Oh, okay, yeah, you know, just play the game. And then COVID happened, and the rest is history from there. Now we're just best buds. But you know, I've been checking up on him. You know, he's down there, been making sure he's all right. So yeah, I mean, I was in Philly during Hurricane Sandy. You know, that was a inexperienced, you know, power going out.
I bet.
You know, I'll never forget my aunt either calling or texting my mom saying, "Oh yeah, come on down to my house so that we can, you know, be together." Mind you, her house is, you know, it's about 20 minutes away. And it's literally the middle of what's going on. Yeah. We were like, you should have said that, you know, before, you know, things started. But
yeah.
You know, we're being in a hurricane and obviously seeing hurricane. Oh, I was one when Hurricane Katrina happened. But you know, hurricanes is no joke. You know, it's, you know, they're crazy that they happen so kind of so frequently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, another topic. I don't want to get really political here.
Yeah.
What are some things that you're looking for, from these presidential candidates? What are some things that you would like to see? Depending on whoever wins, what are some things you would like to see? What are some of your dreams? If you were the president, what is something that you would like to bring in?
Man, politics. Honestly, I don't pay attention to politics. I don't watch any of the debates because they just say what the other one's doing wrong, but they don't say how they're gonna fix the problem or what they're gonna do. So I think if I was president, I wouldn't be a Democrat or a Republican. I want to see one of the third parties win, because I think when the presidents are either Democrat or Republican, they have to do what the Democrats want, so they stay popular. They have to do what the Republicans want, so they stay popular. I think if we could just get someone that's a mediation of both, that would help out our country significantly.
Yeah. I'm not really a big politics guy, but obviously it's a talking point. Obviously, gas prices. I would love gas prices to be down. And, all that stuff. I don't really have nothing too crazy today. Obviously I wanted to have one more person on here, being Max Perez. I'm calling you out. He wanted to watch the Tigers game. We're not going to talk about the Phillies. Deep sigh.
Do they still got a chance, or?
They're out. Dang. Francisco Lindor, grand slam. As soon as it happened, I had no reaction. I was sitting on the couch. I was like, that's the game. And it was the 6th inning when it happened. I was like, they're not going to do nothing. We get on base, get 2 on base, it doesn't even matter. Hopefully Phillies can figure that out. Sixers, they're going to do whatever they do. Eagles, I hope they, they're saying that they're reignited. Yeah. Obviously we'll wait and see for Sunday. I did want to get Max on here. Both of y'all being 5th years. That would have been the little topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Both of y'all being 5th years. Is there anything you want to say to the people? Any messages you want to give out to parents, friends, family? Anything you want to say to Warriors, future Warriors?
I guess the only advice I can give is just be nice. Too many people these days don't ever remember the golden rule, which is treat others the way you want to be treated, and I think that's something I live by.
Yes.
But it really makes no sense to me how some people can act the way they are. So be nice, and people will be nice to you. It's how it works.
Yes. Obviously, with us, we have our own little stone cold. Anytime we, get going, like to mock it stone cold. I almost hit you with a what while you were going. I almost hit you with one. But what I am going to say, I'll give you a hell yeah for that. Obviously, treat people how you want to be treated. That is, I feel like, obviously you don't want to be treated, with disrespect. You don't want to be disrespected. Why would you disrespect someone? Obviously you can be upset, with yourself, but, don't portray that on somebody. But,
For sure.
This upcoming season, go Warriors, go Indiana Tech. Lukas Lyyski, I appreciate you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, brother.
This is episode 2, season 1 of Explosive Expressions. Obviously, this is just something that we have gotten going, since last year. Just having practice trials last year, and obviously, I want to have different type of people get on. Obviously, with me being on the basketball team, it's a lot easier just to ask y'all, you want to go on the podcast? And some people, some of them, they do. Some of them they don't. But obviously, for the people who do, try to try to make y'all feel comfortable. You know, make it the most. Ask y'all the right questions.
Yeah.
You know, nothing too crazy. So I mean, yeah, you know, this is forward center Lukas Lyyski. I'll give him a little round of applause.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Go Warriors. October 31st, first game of the season versus IWU. November 1st, second game, and November 4th, first
Honestly,
home game.
I don't know.
He just is ready to get going.
I just get told when to show up and I play.
He just plays. He plays hard. You know, he's a dog. Ain't no puppy. He's a big dog. All right, but no, obviously, thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, thank y'all. You know, send it to a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Send it to your grandma. Send it to your mama. Send it to your pappy. Send it to everybody. So, I mean, you know, obviously, thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all did, if y'all didn't, you know, oh well, you're missing out.
Do it next time.
Do it next time. You know, for all those people, if this does reach out to anyone down in Florida, you know, obviously with my boy Nick, you know, obviously everyone stay safe, and you know, I wish everyone the best. Hopefully no injuries, no casualties. Yeah, you know, thank y'all for tuning in, and see y'all on the next one. Peace. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.